Welcome to Dutchtown High School, home of the Dutchtown Griffins, as you see the conclusion of the junior varsity game. Tonight we will have varsity boys basketball between East Ascension and Dutchtown. I'm Jeff Porsche, and Jonathan Moore will be with me shortly, and we'll go through the starting lineups and the opening tip. We'll get into all of that right after this break. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
It all began in 1935, a new era in telecommunications, right here in Southeast Louisiana, born from the ambitions of several local families, with a clear vision and outlook focused on the future, connecting people across 10 parishes, one household at a time. Powering an internet superhighway from the bayou to the river, built to deliver the speed and reliability every customer needs. We are Rev, 90 years of building connections.
When I tore my ACL, I didn't think I'd ever be able to play soccer again. My doctor told me how important physical therapy would be, so I chose Peak. I'm glad I did. Now I'm stronger, faster, better than ever. Choose Peak.
Choose Peak Performance Physical Therapy.
Order like a champ at Raising Cane's. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Chris's Specialty Foods has you covered for tailgating this season. We do all the prep work so you can spend time enjoying your family and friends. Steaks, burgers, sausage, chicken, wild game, and many other great pork options. Our central location is now open on Wax Road behind the Walmart. And the new Highland location serves hot lunches and has a meeting space for your work team. New Orleans and Millerville are rocking as well. It's fast, affordable, and delicious. It's Chris's Specialty Foods.
Everybody loves Chris's.
Dr. Brian Hollis is Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Dr. Hollis has an excellent reputation for bringing state-of-the-art technology and the highest standard of patient care to Ascension. He attended LSU Dental School, and he completed a residency to become a board-certified specialist in orthodontics. An avid supporter in our community, Dr. Hollis is married to Celeste Pyron Hollis, and they have 4 children. Dr. Hollis, Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Grow up smiling with Hollis Orthodontics.
Here we are, Cypress Roofing, a woman-owned roofing company specializing in insurance claims.
With the hurricane season right around the corner,
give us a call.
Get to know SEC Heating and Cooling this year. Locally owned and operated by Stephen Conyer since 2013, SEC Heating and Cooling works with residential and commercial customers in Ascension, East Baton Rouge, Livingston, and surrounding parishes. SEC specializes in preventive maintenance, repair, and complete change-out and installation of energy-efficient central air systems. From professional sales and expert installation of central AC systems to repairs and ductless AC systems, we can handle all your needs. For total peace of mind, call SEC today.
No one teaches you what to do immediately after an accident. Once everyone is safe, your first call should be to an attorney, not the insurance company.
Don't let the insurance company take advantage of you at your time of need. Call the Title Law Firm. We'll walk you through what you need to do in real time.
But you can take advantage of the Title Law Firm's 30 years of experience.
Before you call your insurance, make a free, no-obligation call to the Title Law Firm.
Call 756-0007 when you're injured. You gotta call Title.
B.T. Chapman and A.J. Pickett with Advantage Therapy are honored and excited to team up with Dutchtown High School's athletics. At Advantage Therapy, we are dedicated to helping our patients regain the highest possible functional status through one-on-one patient care. Advantage Therapy has spent nearly 2 decades providing both outpatient orthopedic physical therapy and occupational therapy to the people of Ascension and surrounding parishes. From all of us at Advantage Therapy, go Griffins!
Welcome back to the Rev Game of the Week. You see right there the visitors in tonight's Game of the Week, the East Ascension High School Spartans, as they take the court and get ready for their warm-ups. We're here at Dutchtown High School in Geismar as the East Ascension Spartans will be taking on the Dutchtown Griffins. I'm Jeff Porsche. Jonathan Moore is with us as you see the Dutchtown Griffins taking the court, and we are about 10 minutes away from the opening tip. And you see the Griffins right there. Now, when we talk about this game here tonight, Jonathan, this is the final week of the boys basketball regular season. Next week, the boys basketball playoffs are going to start. And when you look at this, you can see that this head-to-head matchup may not look important according to the standings, as East Ascension is possibly on their way to an undefeated district title, possibly, if they can win out. Dutchtown will probably not make the playoffs. They're 1-3 in district, and they would have to win out and pray for some help if they're going to make the postseason. So this is not a big game for Dutchtown, although it's a rivalry game, so they want to win. But this game means a lot to East Ascension, and we're going to see if they play like that tonight. This is a really big deal for them, and I'm going to get into that more in a minute, but you can talk about some of that as well.
Yeah, it is a big deal. You know, it's a great night for basketball, for one. I mean, we've got two teams that are coming in. We know Dutchtown's going to play tough. I mean, Coach Pat always has his teams ready to play tough. They're going to go out there. They're going to be physical, and they're not going to quit. I mean, one thing you can say about them, they're not having the best year. You can look at their records and just tell 9-13, 1-3. That's not the Dutchtown standard. We've seen some very good teams, some very good players come out of Dutchtown. But this year, they're playing for pride to end the season more than anything. For EA, every game matters, because winning today and winning their last game, that's the difference between having a bye in the first round and being able to play at home, and having to go on the road and play a juggernaut because you did not take the last couple games seriously. So I talked with Coach Troy Green before the game about it, and he said we have got to treat every game like it matters, because they do. Yeah. And if we don't treat them like they matter, we're going to end up playing in a bad seed, and we're going to have a bad spot, and it's going to put us in a spot where we might make a run. We might not be able to make a deep run in the playoffs.
Well, right now they are 5th in the power ratings, and they're kind of going back and forth between 4 and 5 with Natchitoches Central, and one of those two teams is going to get a bye, because the top 4 seeds get a bye. And the other thing about getting a top 4 seed is if you're a top 4 seed, then you get the first 3 games at home until you go play in the tournament on the road at a neutral site. And so a 5 seed is going to get you 2 games at home guaranteed. But then if you play the 4 in the quarterfinals, you're going to have to go play at the 4. And so that's what is at stake right here. So they need to win out, and they need to see how the power rankings kind of fit for the rest of the teams, and they got to definitely hope for Natchitoches Central to be upset.
Yeah. I mean, if you ever play basketball, there's a big difference between going into somebody else's house to try and take a win on the road and being able to play your 3 games at home. You get to sleep in your own bed. You get to eat the meals at your house. You don't have to travel. There's no long bus time, so you're not getting all tight. It is such an advantage, especially in basketball, to be able to play those first 3 games at home. So like you said, they have to hope for a team to lose, but really they just have to come out and take every game seriously, because none of that matters about other teams losing if you don't win out. So
absolutely. And Troy Green, this has been the kind of renaissance year for East Ascension boys basketball. They've been kind of a 500 team over the last couple of years, and this year they have exploded to a 22-4 record. You see, he's 50-37 at East Ascension. They have a 22-4 record right now in this season. So if you look at that, that means that with him being 13 games over 500 overall, he was under 500 going into this year, but this is the year that it all came together.
Yeah, when you look at his record, I mean, the last 3 years for EA, I think he described it perfectly. It's been a roller coaster. It's been up and down. His first year, he came out and he went above 500, but then his second year, he came out and only won 10 games. So it was one of those things where this season has been the one that's kind of put his team on the record, but you know what it's like whenever you're a coach building. It's usually that 3rd or 4th year that you finally get your players in, you finally get your system installed, you start to see the results. And so now here we are. We're in year 3. He's getting the results that he's hoping to continue to replicate for EA, and he's got some very impressive athletes on the roster that are helping him to do it.
And he's shaking hands with the head coach of the Dutchtown Griffins. That's Patrick Hill, and you see him in the black shirt facing the camera right there. He's on the left now, wearing the Dutchtown colors. Pat Hill, he's in his 23rd year at Dutchtown High School, and he's a lifer for the Griffins, and so he's been their coach pretty much from the start, and he's an institution here at Dutchtown High School, not having his best year this season, but he's had a lot of good teams, and he's had a lot of success.
I had a really good talk with him before the game, and just got his outlook on high school basketball and just high school sports in general. And one thing I really got out of it is he really likes his team. Yeah. He likes his players. He liked everything coming into the year. The record hasn't been what he wanted it, but he's not discouraged. He said that he's hoping to win these last few and kind of pave the way for a good season next year. But he was very optimistic about the future, and he knows right now more than anything he just wants to see his team compete and to him do well, see him finish the season strong.
So we're going to move on to take a look at the starting lineups as we're getting closer to the tip-off for the East Ascension Spartans, and I love these senior picks. That tells you that there's a lot of seniors on this team. And so at guard, you have number 0, Lathan Dumas, number 3, Deron McZeal. Then you have TJ Winsey, number 13, and Dwayne Mitchell, number 20. And then the center, and that's a name that you probably heard about over the last week or two because he's been in the news. LSU football commit junior Bryson Martinez. He is signed with the LSU Tigers over the last week to play offensive tackle, but he's also a pretty good center on this team as well.
I'm going to tell you something. I'm a pretty big dude.
Yeah.
I went and stood next to him. That's a big guy.
Yep.
And when you're playing basketball and you're a point guard, there's nothing better than having a friend like Bryson Martinez, who is going to be that big guy in the middle, who's going to block shots, finish around the rim. And, my coach always used to tell me, you can't coach height, you can't coach size, and it's true.
Yeah.
He's just that presence in the middle, and it's going to be a treat to watch him today because he's all those things, but he's also just a phenomenal athlete.
Yeah, and there you go right there. Good shot of him. We've talked about him for 3 years. He's been a 3-year starter in football, and he's been playing a lot in basketball now. Now let's move over to the Griffins, the Dutchtown starters. And you got in the backcourt, you got Caden Wattis, number 1, Matthew Thomas, number 5, and Aiden Robinson, number 20. Thomas and Robinson are seniors. And then you got a freshman, number 21, in the front court, Kingston Rouse, and number 24, Ethan Bell. He's a junior. And so that's the starting lineup tonight for the Dutchtown Griffins.
Yeah, they, like you said, not as many seniors. They got 2 seniors, starting a freshman and a sophomore. I'm really going to be curious to see how they come out and finish out this season. EA is a tough team. They know they're ranked higher than them. They know they have a better record than them. But I really want to see the Dutchtown Griffins come out, play tough, play physical, play like this game matters to them, because it does. You want to finish the season off with winning your last couple to kind of build on that momentum for the next year. And I think Coach Pat has them in a good position to do that, and hopefully we'll see a good game.
And it's a pretty good crowd. East Ascension, you can see a lot of blue in the stands, but then when you look on the far side in that upper right corner, there's a big student section for Dutchtown here tonight. And so this is a big deal for both sides. East Ascension doesn't have very far to travel. It's probably about a 10-minute drive, as they're here and they are a presence. You see the right behind us over there on the right side on the scorers table side, you see the JV and the freshman team for East Ascension sticking around and getting ready to watch this. But we're about a minute away from the clock running out, and you see East Ascension ready to go. So we are just about ready for our final regular season broadcast of boys high school basketball. We'll have postseason. Definitely EA is going to have some home games. Now, who they play and when they play, that will be determined by whether or not they get the 4 seed or the 5 seed, like I said. So we are just about ready, as you see both teams finishing up, and now you see Dutchtown underneath the left basket with their huddle as we're going to get ready for the lineups and the start of tonight's game. Once again, East Ascension 4-0 in district, 2 wins away from a perfect district season, 22-4 on the season, flirting with a possible first-round bye. And Dutchtown 9-13, 1-3 in district. It's going to be Spartans and Griffins shortly on the Rev game of the week. And so I think we're just going to probably go straight to the opening tip. It doesn't look like we don't have anybody with a mic, so I think we're just going to jump right in. And East Ascension is ready. They broke their huddle very quickly. I think they're eager to get this started. As it won't be much of a surprise, Bryson Martinez is going to be handling the tip in his blue jersey. Dutchtown, the home team tonight, are going to wear their home whites. And Aiden Robinson is going to handle the tip. I'm going with Martinez.
I think so.
All right,
and there's a reason Dutchtown sent 5 guys to defense.
And McZeal, he's a former Dutchtown Griffin. He played his freshman year at Dutchtown High School and then 3 years at East Ascension. He is the point guard over to Dumas up top. And we are underway, no score. East Ascension at Dutchtown. Martinez, 3 defenders, and gets under the basket, misses, and rebound goes to Winsey. Down low to Martinez again, and they're going to use that size advantage, and gets his own rebound and misses again. And rebound goes to the Griffins as number 2, Braden Dunn, who got the surprise start here tonight, will handle the point duties over to Ethan Bell. And there's a 3, and it's no good, but an offensive rebound for the Griffins over to Matthew Thomas.
Yeah, physical play inside by EA for Martinez, but not able to come up with it.
They're definitely going to use that size advantage as you get a turnover on the errant pass for the Griffins, as Coach Hill is frustrated with that. But we're still 1 minute in and no score between the Spartans and the Griffins. It's not surprising they're going to use Martinez with his height advantage, but just missing his shots down low so far. Second possession for the Spartans. Gets it out. Working the perimeter right now. Dumas kicks it out. Baseline, jumper, long, out of bounds. No good by Dwayne Mitchell. And it's going to go to East Ascension.
Yeah, he's a foot taller than everybody on the Dutchtown team. I mean, there's no one that's going to be able to match up with him one-on-one. The thing you have to try to do is you just have to try to keep the ball out of his hands and keep him away from the basket. They're doing a good job up front. I think right there we just had an and 1.
Yep.
But when you're able to go through a guy like that, there's nothing you can do.
He heard the whistle and he thought they called an offensive foul. He was looking confused, and then they made the call. The foul is against Ethan Bell, so the basket is good. It's 2-0, and the three-point opportunity is short. Rebound, Dutchtown. Caden Wattis. 90 seconds in, 2-0 Spartans. Full court pressure.
The whole stadium thought that was an offensive foul.
It was a steal right there. And now McZeal for 3, long, way long. And rebound goes to Braden Dunn. East Ascension loves full court pressure. They do that 40 minutes of hell. And the three-pointer from Bell, wide open, but no good. Rebound to Dwayne Mitchell.
Both teams have had good looks so far, just shots aren't falling for either one yet.
Winsey now pass down low. And let's see the call. That's going to be Ethan Bell with a second foul. And he's going to have to come out. I see Wyatt Harris coming in for Dutchtown. I'm assuming he's coming in for 24. And he is.
That's where you find out how deep is your bench. Just put body after body. You got 5 fouls, use them.
And now he has a definite advantage with Ethan Bell out, and they take advantage immediately, and it's 4-0. Thomas gets it all the way across, going coast to coast, blocked by Martinez. Out to Dutchtown.
Good attack right there. Martinez just able to protect the rim. But good attack. The only way you could stop a shot blocker is by going right at him.
And Martinez with the steal over to McZeal. Nice pass and points for for East Ascension, Dwayne Mitchell, and it's 6-0.
Good offense right there. Way to recover, and now we get the press. This is where EA really gets its advantage over opponents.
Now the drive, and Martinez is going to commit his first foul, and Aiden Robinson's going to go to the line.
Yeah, for Martinez, he felt like it was a soft foul, but he definitely hit him on the arm. But when you're a shot blocker, that's the thing. You're going to pick up fouls. You know, my coach always just tell me, if you're not fouling out every 2 or 3 games, you're not really a shot blocker on my team. And so he way to protect the rim. He's already had one big block, picks up a foul right there. But if you're Dutchtown, you've gotten a few open looks. You got to knock them down. You cannot afford to make mistakes against a team like EA.
Aiden Robinson makes both free throws at 6-2. And EA quickly across. No dribbles, all passes. And now driving and shooting and scoring is Lathan Dumas, and it's 8-2.
Dutchtown's getting so concerned with Martinez inside that point guard's able to just make an easy move to get to the basket.
And Wattis is going to kiss it off the glass and in, and it's 8-4.
Got to love a good jump stop.
Now Dumas out to McZeal. Long, no good. Rebound, Matthew Thomas for Dutchtown. And now down low, and the shot is in by Aiden Robinson, and it's 8-6. Dutchtown hanging with East Ascension early, almost halfway through this first quarter. Pass down low, Martinez, that's easy, and it's easy points.
Yeah, they're trying to front him. They're trying to keep him from getting the ball, but you can't. If you're Gavin Rand, if you're Wyatt Harris, you're only 6 feet tall. You're not going to be able to front him with that size that he has.
And now here's another three. Good. Tyrone Winsey. And they're going to call it a 2-pointer. It's 12-6 with 3:36 left to go. And now driving and blocked by Martinez, who got hit in the nose, and he's still on the other side of the court. There's a three on the other end, no good. Rebound, Robinson. Martinez is going to come out on the next whistle, as LeBron Napoleon's going to check in for him. An attempt blocked again, and now East Ascension is running, and they love to run, and Dumas scores, and it's 14-6. So Dutchtown got it to 8-6, but now a 6-0 run. Matthew Thomas with the jumper from about 15, no good, out of bounds, and Martinez is going to come out. And they're going to bring in a guy that's even taller. LeBron Napoleon, 6'9". Martinez, 6'7".
Yeah,
and Mitchell has checked out as well.
That's another big dude.
Absolutely.
EA has got no shortage of athletes and size. It's pretty impressive to see him come out there.
Trenton Palmer's also in. He's got the ball, kicks it right, and a three, good by Deron McZeal, and it's 17-6. East Ascension's on a big run right now. Gets it across. It's Robinson trapped. Gets it to Thomas, but he's out of bounds and a turnover. So East Ascension's suffocating defense is effective. Ty Cooper is coming in, and he's going to replace Lathan Dumas.
So good defense by EA. I mean, just doing what they do best. We think we have better athletes than you. We're going to play physical defense, and we're going to play it every inch of the floor.
9-0 run for the Spartans. And they get it down low to Napoleon. Kicks it out. Now McZeal will drive by 12 foot. No good. Rebound goes to East Ascension, and the baseline jumper no good by Palmer. And the rebound and a battle for it goes to East Ascension, and a block. And still fighting for it. McZeal comes up with it, misses, and an offensive rebound by Winsey and a whistle. That was some wild action right there. Hard to keep up with. Foul called against number 3, Jalen Johnson.
That was wild, but, man, good hustle by the Griffins right there. Just they're saying we're not going to give up easy shots around the basket. Good defense right there.
NBA 3, short. Napoleon gets the rebound, puts it up and in. And now it's an 11-0 run. With 1:18 left to go in the first. Now 2-on-1, and the layup past Napoleon. Jalen Jackson scores. It's 19-8. But very quickly, EA is across. And McZeal for 3, good. So answers the 2 with a 3, and East Ascension's up by 14 in the final minute of the first quarter. And now, off the top of the glass, no good, but a rebound and a score for Matthew Thomas. And it's 22-10. And now a 3, and it's long by Palmer. Rebound, Dutchtown. 30 seconds left to go. Will they keep it for one possession?
I don't think EA is going to let them keep it for one possession. They're
trying to force them inside, and they do, and they miss. Missed by Robinson. Rebound, East Ascension. 15 seconds. They finally get it across past the pressure. And McZeal catching his breath. He's had a very active first quarter. 5 seconds. Goes inside and off the glass, no good. Rebound, Dutchtown, and 90 feet, no good. That's the end of the first quarter. Impressive first quarter for the Spartans. They lead Dutchtown 22-10. We'll take a break. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
The athletic training staff of Dutchtown High School would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of our Griffins Sports Medicine Program. Advantage Physical Therapy, Cotta Law Firm, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation, Hollis Orthodontics.
Welcome back to the Rev Game of the Week. Troy Green, the mastermind of this East Ascension team, talking over strategy with his players. They had a very impressive first half, and they showed why they're the top team in 5-5A right now.
Yeah, defensively, his strategy is this. I have a center that's 6'7", I have a center that's 6'9". I'm going to park them under the basket, and I have 4 athletes who can pressure the ball, whether it's under their basket or under our basket. And so we're going to do that every single second. And it's a hard defense to beat. I mean, when you've got to go up against a guy that's 6'7", a guy that's 6'9" on every possession, it's hard to finish around the rim. And Dutchtown, because they can't match that size, they're feeling that.
Matthew Thomas gets it in to Jackson. Now over to Dunn. Back to Jackson. And pressure all over by East Ascension. Matthew Thomas double team, gets it to Dunn. Inside, puts it up, and he's going to go to the line. Challenging in the trees out there. And the foul's going to be on the smaller tree, Trenton Palmer, number 1.
You watch Napoleon there. He looks at his teammate and says, I've got it. Don't challenge that shot. Let me challenge that shot, because he was in a block position. But just suffocating defense by EA. If you get that ball above the three-point arc, there's 2 defenders running at you at all times.
Number 5 and number 10 checking in for EA. That's Darian Good, number 5. Number 10 is Leighton Savoy. Good shot of Braden Dunn. And he gets points, and it's now 22-12. 10-point lead for East Ascension. And a quick floater off the glass And points for Darian Good. And pass is stolen by Napoleon, and here comes EA, and why not take the three? It's long, though, missed by Savoy. And Matthew Thomas gets it, but turned it over.
Yeah, and they, when you watch EA come down, they're not just playing hard defense, but they want to attack the basket. And if you're Dutchtown, you cannot get so caught up looking for the big that you don't protect the rim. These guards are fast. They can get there. They'll finish around the basket all night.
Noah Stansell's just checked in for Dutchtown, replacing Dunn. Now the post and the turnaround, and Good off the glass. That's what you're supposed to do. It's 26-12. 14-point lead. Matthew Thomas tries to cut it to 12, does not, but an offensive rebound by Stansell. And now a three, and it's long, and the rebound goes to Napoleon.
Nearly stolen there.
And trying to draw the charge, and he got it.
Good defense right there by the Griffins. Able to draw that charge, and I tell you what, they're not making it easy on EA. I know we're only a quarter and a half in, but they're making them work for every basket. Even the centers, they're having to fight through the 6-foot body of Wyatt Harris, and they're not making it easy on them.
Ty Cooper is checked out, and he's been replaced by Shafter St. Cyr for East Ascension. And that pressure, Dutchtown breaks it easily right there, and they kick it out for the three. No good by Harris. Offensive rebound, and puts it up, and I think Napoleon is going to get him with the touch. He does.
Yeah, when you're 6'9" and you touch somebody, it's a little bit more violent than whenever you're 5'9".
And we're going to have either Twin Towers, or we're going to have Martinez checking in for Napoleon shortly.
It's a good day when there's two bigs in the game.
Yep. Ty Cooper is coming in, and Martinez is coming in. Napoleon is out. Palmer is out.
So still close. 13 points. If he's able to cut it to 12 right here, it's still a close game.
Yeah.
They had a little bit of an 8-0 run, and that's been the difference so far, because other than that, Dutchtown's been able to match them. It's just that one little 8-0 run has put them ahead.
Yep. And East Ascension in a little bit of a lull right here. Dutchtown making a bit of a comeback. And good pressure defense, but a floater in the lane, no good by Cooper, and the rebound goes to Thomas.
See if Dutchtown can cut it down to 10 points right here, and doing good ball movement, and EA not pressuring as hard, but still able to create a turnover right there.
Yeah, forced the bad pass with the pressure. That was Jalen Jackson. Matthew Thomas is going to come out, and he's going to be replaced by Dunn.
Yeah, one of the things about pressure, that when you put it on so much, you saw that pass in the corner that was the turnover. He thought that there was coming pressure, so he had to get rid of it quickly. And really, he made a bad pass that he didn't have to make. But that's one of the things about it. You can get people convinced that the double's coming, the double's coming, the double's coming, and they'll begin to make mistakes. So just good job by EA so far. And I think we got a foul on the floor by Dutchtown.
Yeah. Martinez put it on the floor, and Braden Dunn reached in. And now Martinez, and what you saw right there, that's what you get with a big body. He just used his chest and knocked him out the way and got his points.
You're not stopping that. You're not stopping that unless you're the same size.
Exactly. And a foul on the full court pressure by Ty Cooper. That was the fourth foul of the second quarter for the Spartans, so they're going to be in the bonus. Dutchtown will be for the rest of the first half, and they've been making their free throws. And now the shot up and in. Good fake and score for Robinson, 28-16.
Looks like we're going to get a full sub right here, almost a full sub, but yeah, they've been able to hang in there and stay in the game, but EA, They are aggressive, and that's one of the reasons. Look, the foul right there. but they're very aggressive, so they're going to pick up these fouls. If you're Dutchtown, you're going to get in the penalty. You have to hit your free throws because if you do that, not only are you putting them in foul trouble, the clock stops. And it's very hard when you're a running team like EA. You want the clock running. You want the game flowing.
Yeah.
You want our athleticism to take over. If that stops the game and slows it down, that favors a Dutchtown team.
Right. You had the offensive foul, like you said, but it's not a possession foul, so no free throws right here. And now you're going to get the free throws, I think. And that foul on Dumas. And one of the things that maybe helped Dutchtown maybe make a little run right there, and I'm going to bring it up right here, was that 4 of the starting 5 for East Ascension were getting their breather at the same time. And now it was 4 backups with Martinez. And now you got the starting 5 in because Martinez stayed in. And now you got Dumas, McZeal, Winsey, and Mitchell on the court. So now we're going to see if Dutchtown can hang with a healthy starting 5.
Yeah, they have to hit their free throws, but I mean this EA starting 5, they have a big. They're very athletic. They can shoot. We've already seen McZeal hit, I think, 3 threes so far. They've got to continue to play good defense. And I know that, you're going to give up points. You have to look up and say, hey, Martinez is going to score.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to stop every possession. What we can do is if they miss a shot, we've got to put a body on every person and try to get this rebound.
And Martinez down low, and you can't stop that.
No.
It's 30-18. So now EA starting 5 gets things back to normal. Thomas gets it across for Dutchtown, double team. They get it out to Aiden Robinson. Now Thomas for the jumper from the baseline, no good. Rebound goes to Martinez, and EA's running. And it's McZeal. Now on the right side to Winsey.
Yeah, wants it down low, and good backside steal right there.
Right, that was Braden Dunn who reached in and got the turnover. And Dutchtown gets it across. Always an adventure when you play East Ascension because they're going to go full court all the time. And the underhand is pinned on the backboard by Martinez, and here comes EA, and they score points for Tyrone Winsey.
Yeah, fast break point right there after a great block by Martinez.
Dutchtown across. They now trail by 14 with 3:15 and counting left to go in the first half.
So EA slowed down their press just a little bit, but
good hands there by Martinez. And Eastern tried to go coast to coast and kind of lost it a little bit at the end.
Lost a little bit. I think he was looking for a foul right there, but I hate to tell you, but man, you're 6'7". They're not going to give you that foul on a point guard.
Right. Stansel scores, and Coach Pat Hill is going to call a timeout. And I went to LSU way back in the day, and what this reminds me of is when Shaq was in college at LSU, because I was there when Shaq was there. And so I got to see him play like every game that he played at LSU. And that's kind of what's going on here with Napoleon against the Dutchtown defense, is that Shaq weighed 300 pounds and probably had about 5 or 6 inches on just about everybody on the court.
Yep.
And so you could just kind of bully and muscle your way around. But the only problem is you've heard of Hack-a-Shaq back in the NBA days, but before that they would just brutalize them and hit them and punch them and do whatever they want, and you never get a foul call because it didn't look like it. But then if you touch the other player, he hits the ground, and guess who gets the foul?
Yep. I grew up my whole life playing basketball, being 50 pounds heavier than every single kid, and I can remember one game where I hit a point guard. He tried to take a charge from me. It was an obvious blocking foul, but I hit him so hard he flew into the stands, and they called a charge on me, and I asked the referee, I said, how is that a charge? He was moving. I was in my spot, and he goes, if I don't call this a charge, the fans will kill me.
Yep.
And I realized that moment, it's an unfair game when you're a bigger person. So
exactly. We have a foul here on the floor, and East Ascension's going to go to the free throw line. Stansel commits the foul for the Griffins, and Lathan Dumas is going to shoot free throws.
12-point
lead.
They're still playing tough. I mean, they're not. It's not like they're giving up easy baskets. EA, there's only been maybe 1 or 2 runs to the goal that they've had no opposition. They're getting in between them to the basket. The problem is they just, you're going up against a guy like Martinez. He can take 2 dribbles and he's under the rim.
Yep.
But if they continue to play tough and physical like this, they're going to keep this game close, and they'll have a shot at the end if they can keep the score like this.
It's 33-20. And Stancil can't get a handle on it, and it's a turnover.
A little bit too hot on that pass. A little bit too hot. And not ready to receive it yet was number 4, Stancil. And just hopefully they calm down a little, because you had a 2-on-1 run right there.
And here's a slam missed. And rebound, Matthew Thomas. Martinez's eyes got too big right there.
Yeah.
Dunn's going to shoot from the free throw line and score, so the missed dunk turns into Dutchtown points. It's an 11-point game. Dutchtown hanging around. Three-pointer is good, and just like that, EA gets it back to 14.
Man, I like McZeal and Dumas's game. That is, just the speed of McZeal when he gets down, the body control that he has. He makes a good pass right there.
Stancil scores.
Yeah, and Martinez a little bit late on the block.
And the answer by McZeal is no good. Nobody under the basket, and Stancil gets the rebound. But Dumas fighting for it. Dutchtown gets it through, though. And will they get it? Nope, it's stolen. But then there's another steal. And getting up there, no good. Offensive rebound, no good. Dutchtown keeps possession. And now Aiden Robinson slows it down the best he can as we hit a minute right now. Dunn for 3, and that's left, no good. Offensive rebound. Dutchtown getting all kinds of offensive rebounds. Now the floater off the glass, no good. Offensive rebound. Oh, and that time he wasn't looking for it. Harris kind of turned his head for a second. He got it right back and wasn't looking.
Harris just looked at his guard and said, "Why would you think I'm posting up, Martinez?" and the guard just couldn't understand why he wasn't ready for the pass. He goes, "Why would you throw it to me?" But a great sequence right there. I mean, Harris is he just out-rebounded Martinez about 2-3 times.
And now we hit 15 seconds. Dumas, they'll play for the final shot, apparently. 7, and it's a steal. Stancil has it, 4 seconds. Can he get past Martinez? Reverse in, and it's a 10-point game at halftime. As our score at the half, East Ascension 36, Dutchtown 26. We'll come back after this break. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
It all began in 1935. A new era in telecommunications, right here in Southeast Louisiana, born from the ambitions of several local families, with a clear vision and outlook focused on the future. Connecting people across 10 parishes, one household at a time, powering an internet superhighway from the bayou to the river, built to deliver the speed and reliability every customer needs. We are Rev, 90 years of building connections.
When I tore my ACL, I didn't think I'd ever be able to play soccer again. My doctor told me how important physical therapy would be, so I chose Peak. I'm glad I did. Now I'm stronger, faster, better than ever. Choose Peak.
Choose Peak Performance Physical Therapy.
Order like a champ at Raising Cane's. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love.
Chris's Specialty Foods has you covered for tailgating this season. We do all the prep work so you can spend time enjoying your family and friends. Steaks, burgers, sausage, chicken, wild game, and many other great pork options. Our central location is now open on Wax Road behind the Walmart. And the new Highland location serves hot lunches and has a meeting space for your work team. New Orleans and Millerville are rocking as well. It's fast, affordable, and delicious. It's Chris's Specialty Foods.
Everybody loves Chris's.
Dr. Brian Hollis is Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Dr. Hollis has an excellent reputation for bringing state-of-the-art technology and the highest standard of patient care to Ascension. He attended LSU Dental School, and he completed a residency to become a board-certified specialist in orthodontics. An avid supporter in our community, Dr. Hollis is married to Celeste Pyron Hollis, and they have 4 children. Dr. Hollis, Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Grow up smiling with Hollis Orthodontics.
Here we are, Cypress Roofing, a woman-owned roofing company specializing in insurance claims.
With the hurricane season right around the corner,
give us a call.
Get to know SEC Heating and Cooling this year. Locally owned and operated by Stephen Conyer since 2013, SEC Heating and Cooling works with residential and commercial customers in Ascension, East Baton Rouge, Livingston, and surrounding parishes. SEC specializes in preventive maintenance, repair, and complete change-out and installation of energy-efficient central air systems. From professional sales and expert installation of central AC systems to repairs and ductless AC systems, we can handle all your needs. For total peace of mind, call SEC today.
No one teaches you what to do immediately after an accident. Once everyone is safe, your first call should be to an attorney, not the insurance company.
Don't let the insurance company take advantage of you at your time of need. Call the Title Law Firm. We'll walk you through what you need to do in real time.
But you can take advantage of the Title Law Firm's 30 years of experience.
Before you call your insurance, make a free, no-obligation call to the Title Law Firm.
Call 756-0007 when you're injured. You gotta call Title.
B.T. Chapman and A.J. Pickett with Advantage Therapy are honored and excited to team up with Dutchtown High School's athletics. At Advantage Therapy, we are dedicated to helping our patients regain the highest possible functional status through one-on-one patient care. Advantage Therapy has spent nearly 2 decades providing both outpatient orthopedic physical therapy and occupational therapy to the people of Ascension and surrounding parishes. From all of us at Advantage Therapy, go Griffins!
Welcome back to the Rev Game of the Week. Guy Mastretta, Dutchtown head football coach and athletic director, in attendance tonight, checking out the game as you see him right there. Trying to lay low a little bit, but we found him as our score at the half is 36-26. The Griffins have some work to do in the second half as they trail East Ascension, number 5 team in the power ratings in the state right now in D1 non-select. They are 4-0 in district. They play Dutchtown and Walker in their final 2 games, and neither of those teams are having much success this season. They're 1/2 away from getting to 5-0, and that would guarantee a share of the district title, as you can see on the top there, they defeated Denham Springs. So at worst, after tonight, they would share a district title with Denham, and I guess by virtue of the tiebreaker, they would win the district.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I mean, last year this was a 10-win team, and now they're 22. You know, if they keep up this pace, they'll be 23-4, 5-0 in district, and like you said, they would pretty much secure the district title after this.
Yeah, they almost won district last year, which would have been very interesting because they didn't make the playoffs, but if you win district, you get an automatic berth, and they were outside of the 28, and they were playing for the district title in the final game of the season. I believe they played Walker, and they wound up losing at Walker in the final moments, or else they would have won district and got in. So they didn't make it last year, but they're 1/2 away from making it this season, so that's a big improvement. Now, Dutchtown, they defeated Prairieville. That was a close one. Prairieville had to make a big comeback at the end, but they were unsuccessful. And then, except for the Denham Springs game, this is what Coach Hill does. They have a small team. They have a young team. They're kind of outmanned, I guess, so to speak, but his teams just hang around, and that's kind of what's going on here tonight. And so besides the Denham Springs game, where Denham is probably one of the top 2 teams, or definitely one of the top 2 teams, everybody else, they just hang around. And that's what they did with Sandoval, 4-point loss. Walker was 15, and they're kind of hanging around a little bit and making some noise here, even though they're down 10. But there was a point where it was 14 and threatening to blow it open, and they weren't able to.
Yeah, I mean, EA's had their opportunities to put the game away. They could have made it a 20-point lead. They could have made it an 18-point lead. But every time they've kind of gotten complacent with that double-digit lead, Dutchtown's made them pay. And it hasn't been crazy runs. It's been 4-0 runs, 6-0 runs, 8-0 runs. Just enough to get it to where it's down to double digits just low double digits or single digits. And when you're a team like Dutchtown, that's what you're asking for. You're saying, hey, guys, hang around until the end of the game because we're going to wear them down if we keep playing like this. Yep. And if you're EA and you came here thinking we're going to run all over them, we're going to win this game, we're going to out-athlete them, well, by the fourth quarter, when it's close, you're starting to question your confidence. You're starting to question, man, why are they still in this?
Right.
And you start making mistakes. I mean, we saw that with the Dutchtown-Prairieville game that we got to call a couple weeks ago. They were up by 16 in the fourth, and Dutchtown just went to sleep. And Prairieville went on a 14-0 run to close the gap. And that's what you're hoping for right now is your Coach Hill, you're telling the team, hey, keep playing tough. Hang in there. Keep making them work for every single shot. Look, yes, we know Bryson Martinez is 6'7". We know he's bigger than all of us. We know that LeBron on the team, Solomon, is bigger than everyone. But make them work for every bucket because, like we saw, I think Bryson scored 3 straight layups. He took the next 4 possessions off.
Yeah.
So if you're Dutchtown, you're saying our plan is working. Keep capitalizing on their mistakes.
You see the power ratings right here, and this is what we're saying. East Ascension's 5. They got some work to do to get to 4 and maybe need some help. Denham's at 3. They're in a good spot to make the bye. Santa Ma's going to be in the playoffs. Live Oak's going to be in the playoffs. Dutchtown needs a miracle, and they got to win tonight, and then they got to move up 9 spots, which is going to be really hard. Prairieville is at the bottom, and that's kind of where your power rankings are. You got some good teams on the top, and you got some struggling teams on the bottom. Now, on Thursday night, Jimmy Frederick is going to be over at Spartan Gym. You're going to be there too, right?
I will.
And so y'all two will be covering Northwood Shreveport at East Ascension. Game supposed to be at 6 p.m. Santa Ma's playing Slidell, and Prairieville is going to play at Denham Springs. Santa Ma, Slidell, and Denham are all in the same pod. So there's a chance that you're going to get a second-round 5-5A matchup between Santa Ma, if they can pull off the upset, and one of those two teams right there. But make sure you're watching that game between EA and Northwood.
I'm excited for that game. We got to call the EA Prairieville game last week.
Yeah.
And, two diametrically opposed philosophies to basketball where you have Prairieville that wants to move the ball around. They want to get an open shot. They want to run screens. And then you have EA. Their mission was, we are better athletes than you. Yeah. We are going to attack the basket and finish with layups. And it was a treat to get to watch them both and play to their strengths. And EA able to win that game. And they have some very impressive athletes on their team.
And we're going to see them Thursday night on Rev Sports, the game of the week. Go to YouTube and look for Rev Sports, and you'll find it as we have a whistle. As
game clock's not set up just
now
yet.
We're ready. Okay, good. It looks like EA's got their identical starting 5. Dutchtown pretty much the same as well, except that you still have Harris in the game for the Griffins, and you get easy points off the inbounds, and it's 38-26 as we get underway here in the second half. Bounce pass to Harris, kicks it out, and a long 3 off the back iron, and Martinez rebounds. 30 seconds in. Third quarter just underway. Now the post. What's he going to do? He's going to turn around, loses it, but it goes straight out. Now back inside, and the baby hook and points.
Yeah, and this is your recipe right now if you're EA. Right now, if we can go on a 10-0 run, not that you put the game away, but if we can go on a 10-0 run, make this a 20-point lead, now you can start subbing a few guys in, give Martinez no break, but you've got to go on that run. You cannot go to sleep right here and let them get easy points.
Tried to reach inside, did not. Robinson turned around. Coach Green saying he moved his pivot foot. Didn't get the call, but we get the steal right here from Mitchell. Now the drive, McZeal scores. Yeah. You talked about it. during the break when we were having our discussion. He's a very smooth, fluid player.
I like his game a lot. I've gotten to see him play a couple times now, and he's just in control is the best way I could say it.
And Dunn off the glass, he called it. I heard him. And we get the timeout. But when we talk about McZeal, the thing about McZeal, he's been here for 4 years. He played 1 year at Dutchtown, 3 at East Ascension, but he started the entire way. And right now, Martinez gets a lot of the attention because he's the big guy, and he's got the attention by all his stuff with LSU and everything in
big
football.
Left tackle.
And but really, the heartbeat of this team is McZeal. He's the leader. The thing about this team is there's 10 seniors. Martinez is a junior, but you got Dumas, Palmer, McZeal. All these guys are seniors. You got, I believe, Winsey's a senior. So this team has about 14 players, and probably 10 of them are seniors.
Yeah.
So but that's the thing, and the leader is McZeal along with Dumas. But we're talking about Martinez all the time because he's getting the post. But those two guys are kind of what makes this happen.
When we talked to Coach Troy before the game, I asked Coach Green, I said, what has been your recipe this year? And he was telling me about he had 4 seniors, and the 3 that are in the starting lineup, McZeal, Winsey, and Dumas. He said that they have been the leaders of this team.
Yeah.
He said they've set the tone. His exact words were, they are good students and they are good examples. Mm-hmm. And when you have that, that's what's kind of helped them set up the season that we've seen them have so far, because they're setting that tone that we're going to play physical, we're going to play aggressive, we're going to attack. And I think right there created a turnover.
As the other part of that is, we talked about McZeal. He just made a 3 from about 21 feet, and it's 45-29. So EA showing some muscle here in the third quarter as Winsey will go baseline, stop. Inside now, Mitchell scores. That was easy.
Yeah, that was one of those plays where you're worried so much about Martinez if I step off of him, but you can't give up the easy layup.
Now you get more man pressure as the 3 no good from Ethan Bell. He missed a lot of this game because he got in foul trouble in the first couple of minutes, but he's back in the game. He's no longer in foul trouble. He's got 2. And the drive and going to the line. As it looks like Bell committed the foul. Let's see.
Yeah, he didn't. He's trying to take the charge right there, but he got there late, and just easy call by the officials. And Martinez now going to get 2 free throws, and this is kind of what we talked about, chance to make it a 20-point lead. And This is kind of what you needed if you were EA to hey, we need to take this team seriously.
First free throw is good. If EA can make free throws with the inside-outside game they have, they're going to be really dangerous when they get to the postseason. Second free throw is good, and it's a 20-point game. Now
that press.
That full court.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just so hard to beat a press like that when even if we get around it, the center standing under the basket is still 6'7" or 6'9". That's a hard thing to do.
Yep. We haven't seen Napoleon a lot since early in the second quarter. And the turnaround jumper is no good. Rebound out to Martinez. Now McZeal, they're hurrying, but the pass, not a good pass, taken away by Bell. And he tries to slam, and look at Martinez. And this is what we're talking about. You're gonna call the foul.
Yeah.
Even if that's all ball. Let's see if it's all ball. That was nice.
Looks like he got it.
That was all ball, it looked like, almost. But the big man is never going to not get the call.
No. If it's violent, I promise you, you're not going to get that. All right, a little bit of body in there.
Maybe.
So you could throw a little bit of body, but, man, it looked like that hand was on all ball.
Yep.
But that's the thing. If you're Dutchtown, That is how you have to go at shot blockers. You have to attack them. Mm-hmm. Who cares if they get 10 blocks? Yeah. The hope is I'm going to put you into foul trouble and I'm going to put my team on the line just like this. Like you really have to play the game with no ego when you're going at shot blockers because you might get embarrassed, but you're also going to get them in trouble.
So East Ascension trying to answer with a 3, and that's another 3 for Duron McZeal.
I'm pretty sure he's hit one of those every single time Dutchtown's gone on a little run to kind of silence the run.
And here comes Martinez, and he is going to miss another slam. That's 2 tonight so far, and acrobatic going to the line is Jalen Jackson.
He's come close twice, and now we're going to see backup come in, but I know we've talked about him a lot, but McZeal, just the cool, calm presence who's managed to kind of keep the team grounded every time stuff is going wrong.
Yep. Trenton Palmer and LeBron Napoleon coming in. Dumas and Martinez are out.
I've liked watching Martinez game down low. He's taking advantage of the size that he has. It's awesome, but Dutchtown's still sticking around, just trying to play that physical play, trying to make them work for every shot.
Stansel is in for the Griffins. Napoleon handling it. Now over to Palmer. McZeal, you better guard him. He's going to shoot in the lane. No good. Rebound, Stansel. 1-on-3. And LeBron with the rejection.
Man, what I said, you got to play this game with no ego. In the first half, remember how he finished the first quarter with that reverse layup? First half, he finishes it with that reverse layup going straight at the guy.
Yep.
Hey, man, you can't do that and then be afraid to go up right there and get the block. You just got to do it.
And so Rashawn Munson comes in.
Oh, wow.
As a miss, and the putback is blocked, and here comes EA. And the 3 by Palmer is a miss.
That's a nice advantage when you get in trouble and you know that you can just lob the ball up there for your center.
Thomas scores, and it's 52-34, approaching 3 minutes left to go in the third. And McZeal, and the little touch right there, and the foul by Aiden Robinson.
Yeah, just too much body right there. I mean, just McZeal beat him to the spot and was able to get to the basket. Good job right there. Almost gets the and one.
So McZeal trying to make it 23 or 24. It's 23.
I mean, it's been exciting so far. We haven't seen any big finishes around the rim yet, but both teams have been playing tough.
Yeah. Right, all we haven't seen is the flush.
Yeah.
Martinez tried a couple.
He got angry at that last one. He really wanted that last dunk.
I think we're going to see one before the night's over on one side. I don't know which one.
Probably.
Matthew Thomas is going to go to the line as the foul is committed by Munson. 12.
Takes on 3 defenders right there and able to draw the foul. Good job. And still not out of it.
But they got to make a move.
Yep.
Because
you got to make those.
This is not a team you're going to make a 20-point comeback on in about 10 minutes. You're gonna have to get a little bit right here. As Darian Good is going to come in. And he's going to replace McZeal. He gets a well-deserved break.
After what we saw for their JV game, I'm pretty sure they could put in half their JV team, and you're not making a 20-point run on them either. EA has got a lot of athletes right now.
EA is trying to get the 3-game sweep tonight as they go into the lane and the miss. But the offensive rebound, Munson's going to go to the line. It's a 3-game sweep possible as Bell commits a foul, so that's probably number 4 on him. But the freshman game was won by East Ascension. The JV game was won by East Ascension. And right now it's a 19-point lead for varsity East Ascension. And this is Shaffer St. Cyr. He's going to replace Tyrone Winsey.
Yeah, Coach, giving those starters a minute to break. I mean, if they can hold on to this lead, he's maybe able to rest them, get them a little bit of time because, like you said, they still got one more game this week that they need to win.
Looking like they're going to get the share of the district title tonight unless Dutchtown makes a historic comeback. It's 21 right now. Thomas steps back, and it's short. Oh, what a play. Saves a possession. Wyatt Harris. Good job by Harris.
Yep. He had to show off. He knew the cheerleaders were right there. Wanted to let them know.
Wattis checks in. Here's Robinson. No good. Back iron. Rebound goes to St. Cyr. And now putting it up and in is Darian Good. And it's a 23-point game. Starting to slip away a little bit. Stansel for Dutchtown. And goes up in the trees and will go to the line. I think St. Cyr is going to be the guilty party right there, yes.
Good attack right there. Went straight at both of them, up and under move, and almost got the end one.
Yep. They're in the bonus now.
Still hitting their free throws, and now we're getting some new players in here.
Right. We don't have this guy right here. He played in the JV game, but I think they just need to get some size in there. And so he's one of the taller guys on the team. And he's about to check in.
We need bodies. There's guys on this roster that are very, very tall.
So our junior varsity player will check in. He did a good job in the JV game. So now we get approaching 90 seconds left to go in this third quarter.
Yeah.
It's a 21-point lead. This is good.
Yeah, able to get Good and some of the other seniors in there.
Now Palmer. And he scores easily in the lane. 23.
Yeah. Another one of those seniors, and not many games left, so you want to make sure and get them some playing time in there, especially when your team has a pretty comfortable lead.
Now Dutchtown. And the three by Jackson is no good. Rebound, Spartans. Inside a minute. Dutchtown has been outscored by 13 this quarter. Starting to lose control a little bit. EA taking their time, and now a three is good, but that's not good. That's Palmer.
Yeah, good offense by EA, moving the ball around. You love the high man screen right there from Napoleon. He just stand up top, draw defenders, make the right pass.
And it goes out. And it's blue possession. And so they're going to play for one shot. It's a 26-point lead. Dominant quarter by the Spartans.
And
4-3, NBA 3, and it's 29 as Palmer having a good time as we end our third quarter, and it's 66-37. EA having fun now. We'll take a break. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
The athletic training staff of Dutchtown High School would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of our Griffins sports medicine program. Cypress Roofing, SEC Heating and Cooling, Peak Performance Physical Therapy, Raising Cane's in Prairieville,
Welcome back to the Rev Game of the Week. It's a 29-point lead for East Ascension as they outscore Dutchtown by 19 points in the third quarter. As just a dominant performance as Trenton Palmer hits a couple of threes in the final minute, and it turns a 60-37 lead into a 66-37 lead, moving it from 23 to 29. So getting ready for the fourth quarter. As a steal on the inbounds, and East Ascension just continuing to dominate this second half. And I think that his eyes got big there as Rashawn Munson, I think, was going for the baseline slam, but the foul, he'll go to the line. So now you're trying to make it 30.
Yeah, trying to make it 30 right here, and just I don't think we'll see the starters come back in for EA tonight, but, you know, same thing if you're Dutchtown. You're starting to cycle people in.
Yeah. EA has a big week or two ahead of them as they're going to head to the playoffs. Will they be a 4 seed or a 5 seed, or what will they be?
I don't know. I mean, just looking at the way they're playing right now and the way the rest of the league is going to shape up, they're going to get the district.
Yeah.
And who is it they need?
Natchitoches Central is the team.
That's the team they need to lose
yes.
in front of them? So,
or the team that they need to move it. Even if they don't, as you see points right there from Wyatt Harris, because of the way the power rankings work, they could move ahead if they lose points in the power ratings. And it depends on the strength of the team that you play. But the problem is for East Ascension, as you see LeBron trying to do something there, can't, and it goes out. East Ascension has 2 games left, and it's against Dutchtown and Walker, and neither of those 2 teams is going to make the playoffs. So the problem is you're possibly going to get 2 wins, but you're not going to get good power ratings points for those wins. So they really need to hope that Natchitoches Central doesn't have anybody tough left on their schedule and gets a big win against a playoff caliber team, or a team that's going to get you a lot of points, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, it's one of the fine things, you can't choose your district.
Yeah.
And so you got to play that tough out-of-district schedule. And for EA, the 4 tough out-of-district games they played, I don't think they won this year.
Yeah, they lost a couple to Catholic High. They lost to Dunham.
And when I was talking to Coach Green earlier, he...
Was this it? No. 0 for 3. As that was Curtis Joseph.
When I talked with Coach Green earlier, he was telling me just how close spots 3 through 8 are on the power rankings. And he was all more afraid of losing spots with the last 2 games that they had to play than he was gaining spots.
And that's why, because you're just not going to get a lot of power points, because you're only going to get a handful of wins from Dutchtown. I mean, you're going to get points for them being a 5A team, but not a lot of points. So it's a very fluid situation. The best thing that could happen is Natchitoches Central loses a game for EA, as you get the 3-pointer right there and a timeout. And so can we put the power ratings back up or on the graphic here possibly? When you look at it, what is the issue? EA has Dutchtown and Walker left on their schedule. That's 32 and 37. So these are not teams that don't have a lot of wins. On the season, Walker is 7 and 17. And let's see. Dutchtown is 9-13. And so that's not going to help them out very much. But when you look at this, what could be kind of interesting, when you look at Walker, if Walker wins their next game, they would be 4-1 in district. So if Walker could upset Denham Springs, then you could have a three-way tie with Walker, East Ascension, and Denham. Yeah. So, I mean, East Ascension is going to be guaranteed a win tonight, and that win is going to get them a share of the district title. They need to get an outright win.
And here's the bad news if you're EA, though. The two teams that Natchitoches Center's playing, they're playing Oak Hill, who are 19-15, and they're playing Castor, 19-10. Yeah. So even if they lose both of those games, they're probably not going to lose that many points.
But they could. They could possibly.
But it's like you said, really, they're shooting to win one out of two of those, possibly both, and I agree. I don't see how EA would jump them.
Yeah. But it could happen. I don't know. I'm not. I know a little bit about the power ratings, but like there are some people that know, like, oh, they're going to lose this many points or they're going to gain this many. I don't know all that, so don't ask me that.
I know. Well, the only reason I had to get familiar with them at all is one of my friends is a coach at Lafayette Christian.
Yeah. And
they had to their district. They would lose so many points every year in district that they had to play these outrageous out-of-district schedules in basketball and football so that they would be able to get a good seed in the playoffs, because they could win every game in district every single year, but it wouldn't matter because they're beating teams that were 2-18 and things like that. So
right. So that's what a lot of those smaller teams have to do, especially in a sport like basketball. Because a basketball team, if you got a good player and one good player out of five, you can play a 4A or a 5A team and be competitive.
Yeah.
And I know you know that firsthand because you've seen Ascension Christian, your home school, beat both Prairieville and Dutchtown this season. So it's more possible in basketball probably than any other sport to beat a 5A school if you're a 1A school.
Oh, absolutely. You know, there's certain sports that you're going to be able to compete with them in, you know, basketball being the main one, because you can only have 5 guys on the court, and it doesn't always benefit you to have the 5 biggest guys on the court. And so when you've got a good team, you got a fast team, you got a bunch of guards that are able to shoot the three, they're able to move the ball around, you can compete in just about every level. But
there's
like
a nice
you said, there is. Like you said, one great player in basketball can make a difference. If you have one guy who's an NBA-level talent, man, there's only so much you can do to stop him. We've kind of seen it a little bit tonight with Martinez. There's only so much you can do when you match up against a guy who's just that much bigger than you and that much better than you.
Now, our score right now, 68-47. So Dutchtown has made a bit of a run. The three-pointer right there by Caden Wattis. You see him right there next to Coach Hill, listening to what Coach Hill has to say. Seems like he's more interested in talking to Jalen Jackson, though, as Wattis listening along. And we've got some subs in, like we said, number 21, Curtis Joseph. Basically, it's the second string for, maybe even the third string for the Spartans right now. You still see number 5, Darian Good. We've seen him a bit. Number 12, Munson. Handling the ball right now is Good. He gets it over to Munson. Palmer's also in the game, number 1. St. Cyr, number 15. He's got it right now. Down low, you got number 21, Curtis Joseph. He's the big man right now.
And we saw him playing the JV game. Very, very good athlete.
Yeah. There's 2 by Munson. 23-point game. It's still pretty much the same players on the Dutchtown side. They have a smaller roster, and they're not as deep. And it's a turnover. Steps out of bounds. And now we're going to go even deeper into the bench. That's what East Ascension can do. They can just bring people in all over the place. So you got 2, 10, 11. Let's see, number 11 is Ty Cooper. Number 2, Landis Chris. Number 10, that's Layton Savoy. Number 22, Kendrell Green, he's a senior, getting his first action tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure some of these guys came from the stands.
Yeah.
They have so many players on their team. It's
also number 14, Gavin Rand.
And a lot of these guys we watched playing the JV game, and they look really good there. So getting some good, valuable varsity minutes right here.
But look at the little reverse and in. Caden Wattis putting on a show here in the fourth quarter.
And only a sophomore, so they get 2 more years of him. And, we saw him play a lot this season, and hopefully he continues to grow and continues to get better. I mean, I love the no fear attacking the basket, especially when you're only 5'6".
Switching hands and kissing it off the glass. 3-point play, it's 70-50. East Ascension still comfortably ahead. And there's a 3, no good by Gavin Rand. But he makes a steal. So he makes the score sheet. But not with points.
Saw him play in the JV game, and he did very well in there. Good point guard for them.
And now there's a 3, no good by Savoy.
Great ball movement.
Yep.
And look at that, still that press. I love the culture they have with the press.
Yep.
This is, I don't even know if this is the 5th string. It's something string. But they are still pressing like this game is a 2-point game and we're 5 minutes to go in it.
Rebound goes to Kendrell Green with 2:50 left. And they're going to call the foul right there, perhaps.
I'm not sure if I think he called out of bounds.
Yeah.
I think he was touching the ball while he was out of bounds.
Yes, good eye, good observation. That was Wattis.
Yeah, haven't got to see any flushes tonight. It doesn't look like we're going to get to enjoy one of them.
No, I think we're too deep in the bench right now. All the big men are gone. You still have power down low with Kendrell Green right there. He's a big guy. He's not as tall as the guys, but he's got a little muscle on him.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to fight him.
Nope.
I mean, that's...
Yeah, I let him score.
Yeah, it's nice when you're at EA and you've got several bodies that you continue to put in there, and you're able to get a 6'3". I mean, it's funny that you have a 6'3" center that is the shortest center on your team.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and he's coming in, and that's your 3rd string guy.
Yep.
There are teams where he would not only be the starter, he'd be the centerpiece of offenses.
Right. I believe Ethan Bell just fouled out, and they're going to take their time. And Wyatt Harris, excuse me. Going to check in. Kendrell Green trying to get on the score sheet. Does not. Right there. Got another chance.
Mm-hmm. And like we said, always good to get those minutes in.
And he gets on the board. For 2.5 minutes, 21-point lead for East Ascension. And trying to get points. Now driving. But a good offensive rebound. And now Wyatt Harris will go to the line.
I really hope he gets these points. This guy, one thing you say about Wyatt Harris, that dude has fought his butt off the entire game.
Yep.
And it didn't matter if he was guarding a guy that was 6'9", 6'7", or 5'9". Happy to see him make those free throws right there. That's the kind of people you want to build a team around, saying, give me A-plus effort for 32 minutes.
Yep.
And he has done that.
I want to point out the camera work out there. You see him down there on the corner. You got Nolan on one end and you got Priya on the other end. They're giving you these great court shots that you're seeing in the replays. They've done a great job tonight. Of course, everybody's done a great job tonight. Might give them some shout-outs a little early while you're still watching the game, perhaps inside of 2 minutes. But you got our floor cameras with Nolan and Priya, and then you also have Courtney out there with her shots, and Zane all helping out. And, of course, You got Lyle at home taking care of all the business and Andre directing. And want to do a little, as you see, an attempt right there, no good by Joseph. Maybe got a little bit of a jersey right there, but they're not going to call that right now. Want to send out a little get well and best wishes to Swack, who's a little under the weather tonight, but we have a capable person doing color here tonight. Is this it? I was right. We'll count that.
We got it.
There it is. And that was Rashawn Munson with the slam.
You know, I'm 37 years old. I still get just as excited with a dunk happening as if I was 17 out there watching it. It's just a fun play to get to see.
You know what? I'm not 37. I'm 37 and a lot more, and I still enjoy it too. Inside of a minute.
So EA just wanted to show.
Oh, over and back. That was an obvious one. Even I saw that.
Was just about to compliment EA. Wanted to chew up clock, and they've done a great job of not turning the ball over in this quarter. And I mean, as if on cue.
That was Landis Chris. Final moments. Dutchtown trying to get it inside of 20. And down low, blocked. But putting it back and making it 75-56. And no quit in the Griffins. 2 more points. And it's 17. Oh. And you're going to get the grab. Now we're not in a bonus. That's the 4th personal foul.
No, and you kind of got to call that when you're
right. He did grab him.
Yeah, you really can't grab somebody that aggressively in front of an official, even with 10 seconds left.
Yep. And now, will Dutchtown play for the final shot, or will they get it down to 15? This is what Dutchtown does. This game was 29, and they wound up outscoring East Ascension by 14 in the 4th quarter. And so that's what Dutchtown doesn't quit, and they never do, and that's going to wrap up our broadcast here tonight. Our final score, East Ascension wins 75-60. They have earned a share of the district title. They play for the outright title against Walker later this week. And that's going to be a big one because, like we said, there's power ratings on the line. And if Walker wins tonight, they may be playing for a playoff berth because they could get a share of the district title. So who knows what's going to happen when this district season ends.
Yeah, this is crazy. I love how it comes down to the final week and we still don't know what's going to happen.
Yep.
But, it's like Coach Pat Hillsworth said before the game, this district is full of parity.
Mm-hmm.
And that is good for competition. It is good for us. It's good for viewers because you can tune into every game and all right, at least these teams are going to fight.
Yep. And so that's going to do it for our broadcast tonight. I want to thank all our camera operators, our director, our producer. I want to thank you tonight, Jonathan, for coming in on short notice and filling in for SWAC. And you'll be out there Thursday night at Spartan Gym as Northwood of Shreveport is going to take on the East Ascension Lady Spartans in first-round playoff action. I know you're going to be really looking forward to that.
I am. I really enjoyed watching the EA girls game the other day. They did a phenomenal job. I love it when you watch games where coaches know the strengths of their team and they say, this is what we're going to do. We're going to impose our will. We're going to play this style. And EA does that to a T with their team. And it's so exciting to see because everybody wants to be Steph Curry now. EA says, no, we're going to score around the basket. We're going to use our athletes. And it's just a treat to get to watch a game like that.
Absolutely, and you're going to see that Thursday night on the Rev Game of the Week. So stay tuned for that. Join us Thursday night for girls high school basketball playoff action, East Ascension versus Northwood Shreveport. That's going to do it for our broadcast tonight. As you see, the by-district matchups, Northwood at EA, our Rev Game of the Week on Thursday night. Santa Monica Slidell, Prairieville at Denham Springs. Prairieville in their first year making